Alright guys, we've got some crazy Forsaken news to cover today. From Guest 666's new Milestone teasers and redesign to Hacklord finally getting brand new animations and even more leaks. You don't want to miss this. Let's get right into it. Firstly, we've got a lot of exciting news surrounding the brand new Milestone skins coming to Forsaken. Recently, Hytoko shared a teaser for Guest 666's Milestone, following the earlier leak of Veronica's, and honestly, it looks insane. The artwork shows a version of Guest 666 that's far more unsettling than I think most of us expected. It almost looks like his face has been peeled back, revealing something twisted and disturbing beneath, which is a really creative and horrifying direction. Based on the drastic change from the base design, I'd guess this is one of his later milestones, probably milestone 3 or 4, since the later milestones usually change up the character's design quite a lot. But that's not all. Hytoko also mentioned that every character without milestones right now is actively in development, which is a huge deal. This even includes characters that currently have placeholder milestones, like John Doe and 1X. Those two in particular really needed updates, so it's great to hear that proper milestone sets are finally on the way. According to Hytoko, all the concept art for these is nearly complete, so it's likely we'll be getting more teasers soon. Not just for Guest 666 and Veronica, but also for Noli, John Doe, and 1X as well. Speaking of Noli, there's also been some progress updates on his milestone skins. Originally, they were being worked on by Cacklebox, but the project was handed off to someone else, and Cacklebox has said that the new designs are shaping up really well. That's exciting to hear since Noli came out 2 months ago, and seeing his milestones finally get finished is great news. Another interesting detail is that Cacklebox, the original creator of Guest 666's model, won't actually be the one working on his milestone skins, which is a pretty surprising decision and definitely worth noting. Now, what this all suggests is that the long-awaited Chapter 2 update could end up being the Milestone Update, bringing every unfinished or unreleased milestone into the game all at once. That would be massive. However, there's also the chance that the devs could split things up and release them in waves. For example, we might get Noli's, 1X, and John Doe's milestones first, with others following later. Either way, it's great to know that these skins are finally being wrapped up, and we'll be seeing them much sooner rather than later. Next up, we also got a massive leak giving us our first proper look at Guest 666's brand new redesign alongside Noob. In the image, Guest 666 is shown standing over a ripped apart Noob with chilling text above saying, "I've become that cursed rumor. It changed me and forced me to play its games, but deep in my heart, I love you." It's honestly a pretty sad and eerie line. Even after being twisted into a monster, completely corrupted by the Spectre and stripped of his sanity, the render suggests that somewhere deep down, Guest 666 still has love for Noob. That small glimmer of humanity makes the whole scene even more tragic. And also, there's a really interesting detail hidden in this render that some people might have missed. If you look over to the left, you can spot a patch of flowers, and these are the exact same ones seen in the Pride Noob render. In that image, Guest 666 and Noob are shown peacefully picking flowers together, surrounded by those same blossoms. This could actually suggest that both renders take place in the same area, almost like two sides of the same story. On one hand, we have the wholesome Pride Noob render showing the bond between Noob and Guest 666, and on the other, this darker new render where Guest 666 has been twisted into something monstrous, standing over Noob's torn apart body. Whether intentional or not, the contrast makes the new render hit even harder. It feels like a tragic before and after, showing just how far Guest 666 has fallen. But beyond the emotional side of it, what makes this render even more exciting is that it officially showcases Guest 666's brand new redesign by Cacklebox, and compared to his older model, this redesign is on a whole other level. His face has been reworked to look far more crazed and sinister, with sharper details that give him a truly monstrous presence. His arms and legs have also been reimagined, looking much more animalistic and beast-like rather than the robotic style his original design leaned into. His horns have become a standout feature too. They're way larger, sharper, and more detailed, making him far more intimidating. On top of that, his iconic cap has been altered as well, with a more pixelated look. Overall, this redesign feels like it elevates Guest 666 into a real monster and looks really good. And seeing it tied together in this render with Noob adds so much emotional weight to his character, making him feel more tragic and terrifying than ever. Next up, we've got something that players have been asking for over and over again, Hacklord's long-awaited brand new animations. If you don't know, Hacklord's original animations were widely criticized for being clunky, stiff, and honestly not very fun to play with. They were basically just placeholder block animations, and fans had been hoping for months that the devs would give them a proper overhaul. A while back, Boris Rial took things into his own hands and put together a full set of custom Hacklord animations. His video showing them off blew up almost instantly, with fans praising how much smoother and more polished Hacklord felt. The animations weren't just improvements, they gave Hacklord the quality that he actually deserves. The response was so positive that the project actually caught the attention of the developers. Rokimaru ended up forwarding the animations to a skin lead, who then passed them along to an animation director. At the time, Rokimaru warned that there was a 90% chance they'd be denied, but against the odds, they were officially approved and added into the game. This is honestly a huge step forward, not just for Hacklord, but for Forsaken as a whole. It shows that high-quality community work can actually influence development in a meaningful way. Instead of leaving Hacklord with outdated animations, the devs embraced the work of a passionate fan and used it to elevate the game. As for what got updated, it's basically everything. The walk and sprint animations, Hacklord's M1 swing, the mass infection ability, entanglement, and even the kill animations all got reworked. There's even a special Shidletsky kill animation included, which looks amazing. Every single one of these is a massive upgrade over the originals. Not only does Hacklord finally feel smooth and intimidating to play, but this also sets a great pattern. If the devs are open to including more fan-made animations or concepts in the future, it could give the community a much bigger role in shaping the game moving forward. Next up, Forsaken just dropped a brand new update. First off, Gubby has officially been added to the VIP killer pool. Now, he's only usable in private servers if you own the VIP Game Pass, but it's still awesome to see him finally released after being teased for so long. Having him available in-game makes the VIP Pass feel a lot more rewarding. But that's not all. This update also introduced some exclusive VIP-only skins. If you're in a private server with VIP, you can now equip the brand new Rainbow Noob skin, which looks super cool and stands out a lot more compared to the usual noob design. On top of that, there's also the Yourself Slasher skin. This skin basically transforms your own avatar into the Slasher, complete with a mask, the classic linked sword, and even a custom chainsaw. Overall, this update feels like a solid step in making the VIP pass more worthwhile, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see even more exclusive perks or skins added down the line. And lastly, there's been some talk about the possible return of the Rocha skin. For those who don't know, Rocha was originally removed from the game due to drama. Because of that, it was pulled entirely and many players thought it was gone for good. However, things might be changing. The creator of the skin have recently said that they'd actually be fine with Rocha being added back into Forsaken, which has reopened the conversation around its return. This is already a pretty big development since, up until now, the general assumption was that Rocha was permanently gone. Hitoko even responded to this by saying that they're open to discussing it further through Twitter DMs. Of course, he was careful to add that there are no promises the skin will actually make its way back into the game, so while it's far from confirmed, the door isn't completely closed either. And that's everything we've got for now. Forsaken's future is looking pretty exciting, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.